Alrighty, hey everyone, this is Garrison, and it's time for an update I honestly didn't think I was going to make. Um, as you can see by the title and the thumbnail, the commander died again. And this is not clickbait. As much as we probably wish it was, this is not clickbait. And this is probably going to be up there with Doug DeMuro's Range Rover payout. Like, this is probably going to be almost $20,000 in payout from this lifetime powertrain warranty. But long story short, my mom was helping me move out in Wilmington. She was on the way back here to our home, and the commander broke down. So essentially what happened was the battery light came on, and so my mom called my dad. My dad was like, okay, keep an eye on the temperature, make sure it's not running hot, and keep driving. Because, I mean, probably alternator, possibly something else, but as long as you're not running hot, I mean, it's not going to blow up. So my mom kept driving, then the dash completely lit up with all of the lights, and the temperature gauge went all the way to cold, which was probably the thermostat going out or something like that. But to my mother, that means it's not running hot. It's just not showing a temperature at all. And then the alternator, like lightning bolt, stayed on the dash. So we were just assuming, oh, it's just an alternator. I mean, $300-400, whatever. Then the car stops moving. And so my mom pulls over into a church, and the car starts to smoke. And this is when we know something is wrong. The alternator's probably not smoking. It's probably a bigger issue here. And so mom calls my dad, of course. We call AAA. They come and flatbed the vehicle, and it's towed to our local Jeep dealer that did the previous engine replacement. So my dad's kind of on edge. I mean, I put up a screenshot of the text that my mom was sending me, and we find out that it's a complete engine replacement that's needed. The whole engine is seized up again. So the car has around like the low teens. I think it's around 113,000 miles. I do have a note with like list of stuff. Chrysler did approve our engine replacement, so that's perfect. Great news. Long story short though, they don't have an engine to put in it. And so the closest engines are, or no, actually there's 6 total engines in the United States currently. There are 4 in Alaska and 2 in Hawaii. Chrysler, when I say Chrysler, I just mean Jeep specifically, I guess. They won't pay the $800 transfer fee to bring one of those engines in. Instead, they're choosing to pay $35 a day to keep us in a loaner, which is this Jeep Compass, which I'll show you some clips of right now. They're choosing to pay the $35 a day until August, which comes out to around $1,000 a month. And so that's insane, absolutely insane. So yeah, they're willing to pay the $1,000 a month for 3 months, totaling about $3,000, give or take, for us to be in this Jeep Compass base loaner, because they're not approving enterprise rentals anymore. Our enterprise rental cost about half of our last engine replacement. They almost spent $3,000 to $4,000 on our 2 months we had the Charger that was on the channel previously. And so we are in this 2018 Jeep Compass Sport. It's got around 9,000 miles on it. It needs an oil change. It needs washer fluid. They gave it to us dirty. Honestly, but we were just lucky to have a car to drive at this point. And this is my mom said this feels like a toy. She asked, how much do these cost? $15,000? And I was like, oh my gosh, no. She got in the car and asked, how did she move the seat? Because it's not a power seat. So long story short, we're without a car. And it couldn't be any more of a worst time because my dad just purchased a new boat, which is right over here. And they're not approving us a rental that can pull a boat. And it's too much liability on them to give us a loaner like a Durango or a Grand Cherokee or a Ram like that for us to tow with. And so basically we're having to borrow my grandpa's Pilot, which you guys have seen on the channel, and tow that, or tow the boat with that. And so we're just kind of in a predicament here. So I'll keep you guys posted on our Jeep Commander fiasco. But currently we're on track to get it back in early August. It'll cost around $8,000 after the couple thousand in rental fees and stuff like that. And it'll be another 4.7 liter V8. I think this might be the last straw since it stranded my mother instead of my brother this time. If you didn't know, previously my brother was driving the vehicle when it did strand him. And so since my mother was driving, the car has around 113,000 miles. I think my dad is finally saying, okay, there might be an underlying issue here. And so we'll go from there. Once we get the vehicle back, obviously there's nothing we can do when we don't have the vehicle. We can't sell it, trade it in. It's worth nothing without an engine in it. And so once we do get that vehicle back, we'll see what it's replaced with potentially. But if you guys have any questions or comments or any connections at Chrysler, please let me know down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video.